What's good, people? Welcome back to another video. Before I jump into this video, I do want to apologize about not doing the live stream. I tried all the links that was given to me where they said it was originally going to be streamed at. It was not there. So by the time it was about 15-20 minutes into the match, I was like, I'm not going to be able to stream it. So that was the only game I would be able to stream, just because the other two preseason games are on, I think it's Monday and a Thursday, but they're like first thing in the morning and I have to work in the morning, so I won't be able to stream those games. But when it comes to La Liga and Champions League, we'll be back to how, well, actually not back because I haven't done it yet, but I'll be good to go by the time La Liga and Champions League gets kicked off. Just want to throw that out there. So do apologize about that, but again, y'all not here for that. We're here for reacting to Vissel Kobe versus Barcelona preseason match. Barcelona winning 3-1. For me, I don't really care too much about the result in preseason. I care more about how players look. If you're coming off an injury, how you looking off that, little things like that. I don't really care too much about the result. So from what I've seen, the team looks sharp. Hansi Flick got them playing almost like they picked up right where they left off from last year. And that's a good thing when you're having a coach going into a second season instead of just having everybody getting acclimated to his coaching style. Everybody here now, for the most part, is used to it. So we're just picking up right where we left off. The team was pressing really high, creating a lot of opportunities. The first goal, what was it? Eric Garcia's goal. It was a bit jammy, came off a corner, but whatever. We'll take those. Eric Garcia's impressing form continues in the Barcelona shirt, and I'm happy to see that for him. The goal we conceded, it was a mistake. It happens, and with the style that Hansi Flick plays, you're going to create some mistakes unintentionally, but it's just going to happen. It was a bit of weird reactions I was seeing online about people going after Cabarsi, saying how he continues to make mistakes and all this other things. I think that's weird. One, it's preseason. Two, you can criticize a player, but at the same time, understand the context around your criticism. You really going to be going all out cussing Cabarsi out his name for a preseason mistake? Are we there yet with him? You're that tired of him? He's 18 years old, bro. Like, that's weird. So, I'm saying that because I don't know about y'all timeline, but on mine, for some reason, Cabarsi was getting a lot of hate, and I'm like, what? Am I missing something? That's how I felt. I'm like, am I missing something? But anyway, preseason, bro, he'll be fine. With the style that we play, understand that we're not going to be keeping a lot of clean sheets. You got to pass under pressure sometimes, and mistakes happen. So that's what happens. They counter, get another goal, or get their first goal off the mistake from Cabarsi. It's 1-1. The first team, they played okay. They kind of looked rusty. They pressed really well, but going forward, creating opportunities, but it was like half opportunities. It really wasn't nothing that was like too crazy from what I remember. In the second half, if anything, I was more impressed with the second team than the first. And looking at the second team, I was paying attention to Rashford. I liked his cameo that he provided. He was only on the pitch for 10 to 15 minutes. I thought he was coming off for an injury, because I thought that was kind of weird that he's only playing 10 to 15 minutes. But they were saying that he hasn't been playing in a while, and they wanted to just take it slow with him, so I can respect that. But from what I've seen from him, he had a good ball that he played in to Lewandowski, that he held up, that he ultimately played to Rooney, that led to that goal. He's very direct, pacey. I like what I see from him, and if he's going to be coming off the bench, giving us that kind of energy, that directness, I would take that all day. So good cameo from Rashford, in my opinion. Rooney looked really good today. I want to point him out. Outside of his goal, but just his dribbling, his vision, everything about him. The fact that we only got him for $2 million feels like a steal. Deco, I criticize you a lot, but for you to find him, I'll give credit to where credit is due. And you deserve credit because Rooney looked really good, and that was just his first game. I definitely think he's going to get a lot of minutes in the first team. I don't think he's going to be. It's kind of like a Pedri situation where we signed him, he may be going back and forth. But the fact that you see how well he's playing in practice, I've been hearing reports saying that he's been special in practice. From the few clips I've seen, he's looked really well. And watching this game, I understand why. So I do think he will be in the first team dynamics for sure. I do think Hansi likes him. So good performance from him. The third goal came from Dro, another La Masia gem. I've been hearing a lot about this kid, a lot. I'm excited to see him play going forward. I don't know how much first team dynamic he's going to get. Like, I'm thinking about it. You want him to get first team experience, but you don't also want him sitting on the bench if you know he's not your first sub, right? What I mean is, like, looking at the projected start lineup, he's coming off the left. You either going to have Rafinha out left with Olmo playing in the middle, or you're going to have Rafinha in the middle and Rashford out left. You can also put Firmino out left. There's options. So while he can play first team, he has the quality. Do we call him up maybe during a Copa del Rey and just continue to develop him? And that's curious. I'm curious to see how that turns out for him. But I really like Dro's performance. I can see why it's been a lot of hype about him. He's something that we need coming off the left, at least long term. Right now, our options are Rafinha, who is better off playing off in the middle. It seems that Hansi prefers him playing in the middle. And we got Rashford, but it's a loan. I don't know if that's going to be anything long term. And then everybody else is kind of like stopgaps. You got Gavi who can play there. You got Firmino who can play there. You have a couple guys who could shift out left. But for Dro, I do think in the long term it will be his position. I'm just not sure how much he will be playing in this upcoming season. But I like this cameo. I will say, if he continues to play like how he played today, maybe he'd be the first one to come off the bench. Maybe you do start Rashford out left. But what does that mean for Olmo if you end up doing that? So I don't know. I'm kind of sitting back and thinking about it. I think there are moments that he could be used for sure in the first team, but I wouldn't necessarily just have him strictly first team because you don't want him to sit there and stun his development by having him sit on the bench a lot because we know he's not going to be first team option. But I'm not going to go into any criticism as far as anybody that I didn't like. I mean, everybody to me, they play well. Like I said, that Barça thing, that's weird to me, weird energy. But Barcelona's fan base is huge. You get all kind of different fans when you got that many fans supporting your club. So there's going to be somebody saying something, whether you agree with it or not. I don't agree with it, but to each his own. Everybody has their own opinion. I'm just happy that Hansi Ball's back. I'm happy that everybody got off the pitch healthy. I'm trying to think, going into next season, who should our starting 11 be? Right? I'm thinking, should it be the same starting 11 as we had last year, outside of John Garcia being the starting goalkeeper, but everything else stays the same? Or do you, because Dani Olmo, he didn't start today, right? He came off the bench. So is he going to start at the 10 next year, or are we going to actually go out and start Rafinha in the middle? If so, that opens up the left wing position. I'd be curious to see what we do with that if we decide to go with that. So let me know what your favorite 11 will be. If you're Hansi Flick and you going out there, what is your starting 11? I think for me, I'm going John Garcia in goal, Koundé right back, Kubarsi, Inigo, Balde. My two midfielders is going to be Pedri, Fergie de Jong. In the middle, I'm going to put Dani Olmo. And then I'm going to have Rafinha out left. And Lamine out right with Lewandowski up front. And then have Rafinha float in the middle. Have Dani Olmo kind of play as the second striker. But like kind of right under Lewandowski. While Rafinha takes up that space in the middle. And then we just have Balde occupy that left side. I think that's just what we're going to do to start off at least. And we'll go from there to see if that's our best 11. But let player performances kind of change that. But I think that's what I would go with. Let me know what the 11 that you would go with. And let me know what you guys think about this performance here today. Like I said, it is preseason. I don't want to get too picky and dig too and make too much of it. It is just a preseason, whether we were lost 3-1 or won 3-1. But I was impressed with the young players, the new signings, all three. And everybody from last season looks sharp. Pressing high, everybody left healthy. That's all I care about, man. So I'm just happy to have Hansi Flick ball back. I'm happy to see Barcelona back. I know y'all out there are as well. So yeah, just let me know what y'all think about that, man. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for sure. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching this video. And until then, next time, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.